Hello, beautiful queens. Welcome back to my channel again. I was feeling a little bit under the weather, so I decided to create this icy look and show you guys. As you can see, I am feeling myself. I am feeling this look. So if you'd like to see exactly how I created this look, just stay tuned. Let's just get right into it. So right here, I am taking this eyelash primer. Yes, I said eyelash primer. I will use anything that would help me tame my eyebrows. So I'm using that, and I'm using the back of my spoolie, making sure everything is in perfectly. Then I'm going to take that pencil, a brown pencil, and I'm just going to use that to fill in any spots because I don't like to give the look like a boxy eyebrow. So I usually like to just fill in any gaps and spots that are in so that it will feel nice and full but not too boxy. So now I'm grabbing this Anastasia Beverly Hills palette right here, and I'm just going to use the shades close to my shade, but just slightly lighter to just clean up very well. And this is going to give me that very sharp, precise shape. And because this is a full glam, I love this color to give it more of a sharper shape. So I'm just going to use that and just go around all my brow and making sure, take your time carefully. So I'm just going to use the excess on the brush to make sure that to blend in the edges or the front part of my brow so that it does not give that boxy look. Just do that and you'll see a huge difference in your brow. Make sure you keep going in with your spoolie or your brow comb to make sure that everything is, in place and exactly how you want it. I keep going back and forth to make sure everything is right for how I like it. Then I'm going to take this slightly dense kind of fluffy brush, and I'm just going to use that to blend everything in, all the harsh lines, so that it does not peek through when I put on my foundation because I love a lighter foundation. Using this, I believe it's called Eyeshadow Assurance, and I'm just using that, placing that all over my eyelid, making sure it's nicely spread out so that it will give a smooth application when I go in with my eyeshadows. This palette is the BH palette, BH Cosmetics palettes, and I'm taking dark blue shade and I'm putting it out the outer corner of my eyelid, making sure I keep packing it on and blending it in, packing it on and blending it in. Very, very important. And I'm using this eye brush that goes into like it's precise that stays in the corner. Now I'm going with that slightly eyeshadow, and I'm going to bring that right underneath that, and it's just gonna blend nicely. You see these two shades right here, the dark blue and the light blue. It's going to be the eyeshadow powders that I'm going to use, but before that I have to make sure everything is going to stay in place and pop. So I am using the lighter shade of concealer, and I'm going to use this brush to just pack it on, making sure that it stays in the place that I need it to be exactly, because this is powder and it's going to be all over the place if I don't do that. So I'm using the lighter shade that I showed you, and I'm just placing that at the inner corner of my eyeshadow, of my eyelid, and I'm pressing it in. I keep going back and forth with those two colors, making sure they blend in nicely and seamlessly, just like how I like it. I'm going on with this brush that has absolutely nothing on it, making sure the edges are blended in nicely. I do not want any harsh lines, so I have to keep doing that. Do that as much as you like, making sure everything is nice and blended in. So this primer right here is the Fenty Beauty primer. I believe it's a soft matte, and I'm using that, spreading that all over my face. I'm just gonna make sure it dries down. Then I'm gonna go in with my color corrector from the LA Girl Pro Concealer um, collection, and I'm going to make sure that it sits for just a few seconds before I use my fingertips to blend it in. I realize using my fingertips make sure that it stays right at the spots that I need it to stay and it doesn't go all over the place because I don't need it all around my face. I'm just going to put the same thing under my eye because I have some dark circles and helps to get rid of it before I place my concealers and my foundation and all that. This is a very, very important step if you have hyperpigmentation. That we're using today is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and this is the shade NW55. And I'm using this light fluffy brush, and I'm putting it all over my face. I'm making sure it's spread in very nicely. I use a very small amount because I don't like to cake on, especially foundation, because I'm going to go in with more products and I don't want it too cakey on my skin. So as you can see, my neck and my chest and pretty much my face are like three different shades almost. So I don't like to match my foundation to my neck, but more so to my neck, to my chest. I'm using this Maybelline concealer in these two shades. I forgot exactly the shades, but then they work for me. So the lighter shade in the inner corner under my eye, and then the darkest shade is going to the other inner corner side of my eyes, and it's going to blend in nicely and seamlessly together because these concealers, I know they're cheap, but then they give high quality application. So I'm just going to use this fluffy brush, taking my time to blend it in slowly. And as you saw, I didn't put any foundation under my eyelids, under my eye, because I don't want it to be too cakey. But so yeah, take your time, blend it in, making sure, of course this video is fast forwarded. So just take your time and blend this in so that it can be nice and seamless. I'm just gonna put two little dots of the lighter shade onto my nose and then just use my brush to just blend it in. But I'm using just a little bit of the excess onto my forehead because I don't like when my forehead is too light. Now I'm going to take this Fenty Beauty stick, the darkest that's close to my skin, and I'm going to use that as my contour slash bronzer, and I'm just going to blend it in nicely. It's this stick is like creamy. It blends easily. It actually blends easier than the lighter concealers. I don't know why, but I love this so much. So I'm just going to use that. Then I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty cream highlighter, and I'm just going to put that around the places where I like to be highlighted, and I'm going to use the opposite side of that brush that I used, And I'm going to use that to blend that in nicely. And you see that glow, it's natural, it's beautiful, it's seamless. It's just giving what it's supposed to give. So I'm going to use the excess onto my chin. Before I go in with my translucent powder, I like to blend just a little bit. I like to blend eye, under my eye again, the concealers before I do that, making sure there are no lines or cracking in the concealers. So I like to do that so it gives me more of a smoother look. And I'm just going to use that to just bake for just a few minutes. And then I'm just going to use my MAC foundation powder, also in NW55. I'm just going to use that all over my face, contour right underneath my chin as well, so everything can blend in into my neck because the powder is slightly darker. Now I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills darkest shade in the palette and blend in my contour all over the places that I place the contour stick, so everything can be nice and seamless. I'm using this nice cherry blush. I don't know why I forgot to show it on camera. And I'm just going to place that where my blush goes. I like to place just a little bit of that on my nose as well. I'm using this highlighter. This one is from Mary Kay. I've had it for a while now, but it gives like a very nice champagne looking color. And I love that so much. So I'm just using that all over where my highlighter goes. Now I am using my pencil around like a brown pencil to line my lips, and I'm going to use a nude lipstick. I believe I used two nude lipsticks. Then I'm going to put on a little gloss on top of it, and that will be it. I'm going to put some rhinestones around my eyes and put on my lashes, and that will be it. I didn't do those on camera because he was just giving me a hard time. So I just showed you guys what I used, and this is the finished look. I love you guys so much for staying with me creating this beautiful look. I hope that you learned something. If you have any questions, please put in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. I love you so much. Bye bye, my beautiful queens.